Let's now learn about chemistry laboratory apparatus. What are apparatus? These are equipments used during practical experiments. These apparatus are used for different purposes, such as measuring, testing, heating, filtering, grinding, as well as forming. Okay, let's now see apparatus that may be used for measuring volume, temperature, weight, mass, as well as time. The first one is the pipette, a thin glass for transferring liquid from one vessel to another. The second one is measuring cylinder. This can be a plastic or a glass tube marked to measure liquid volumes. Another apparatus is called the burette. This is usually used to accurately measure and power liquid into vessels. It is often used for titration experiments, which you will do in your further studies of chemistry. As you can see from the screen, this is actually how burette is used in chemistry experiment. So keep on watching the screen so that you can get a feel of how burettes are practically used. Another tool is a measuring syringe. This tool usually sucks in and measures volume of liquids or gases. As you can see from the screen, this is how a measuring syringe looks like. It has some measurement so that you can read accurately. Keep watching the screen so that you get a clear picture. Another apparatus is thermometer. This is used to measure and show temperature, and it ranges from 0 to above temperature ranges. As you can see from the screen, the temperature has been allocated in Celsius degrees or in Fahrenheit degrees. The upper part is Celsius degrees or centigrade. So, and the lower part is Fahrenheit. So when we are measuring temperature maybe of a person, you need to take the temperature and put under the armpit of someone. Then you can leave it there for 2 maybe minutes, and then you can take it back. After taking it back, you can check now the temperature range. Before putting, it was 0, but now it can, for example, there it reads around 98. So if it reads 98, it means you are normal, 98 Fahrenheit. But if it is above the red low line, then you are having fever. That's how it operates. Okay, another tool is a triple beam balance. This measures mass using 3 beams with the weights that slide to weigh the object. As you can see from the screen, we have the middle part. That middle part can be slided to get the readings. And those are the 3 beams we are talking about. So we have, as you can see it adjusted clearly, the upper top has the numbers ranging from 10 to 100, the middle one ranging from 0 from 0 100, then 500, and the middle part, the bottom part, ranges from 0 to 90. So when we want to measure the weight of or the mass of the substance, what we need is that once you place an object, maybe a stone or any other object, once you place it on the plate for measuring, then the readings will be taken first from the middle part. For example, as you can see there, so when we are reading, we must start from the middle part. Then we will go to the upper part. Then we will go to the lower beam. Once you get the readings, you will add them together to get the measurement. For example, here, it will be something like 179.4. So that is how we read the triple beam balance. Okay, let's now see the electronic balance. This measures mass with higher accuracy than a beam balance. It is because it uses electronics. First, you need to switch it on, and then you put the ball on the measuring plate. Once you put it, remember it will have some weight, so you must press at the 0 so that it is reset to 0. And then you will read the readings as they appear on the screen. That is the way we read the electronic balance in the laboratory. Let's now check another apparatus, which is spring balance. Spring balance, this measures the weight of an object by hanging it on a spring with a hook. As you can see from the screen, that is the spring and that is the hook. So when we are measuring, we just hang the object over the hook, and then we can take the readings, which some of them can be in gram, others in Newton, as you can see at the top. That is basically how we read the spring balance when we are taking measurements. And remember, this spring uses the force of gravitation, and it works on the Hooke's law, which you will learn in your advanced studies. That is how it works. Another apparatus is stopwatch. This is a special watch which is used for precise time measurement when doing experiments in the laboratory. It measures the time taken, for example, for one substance maybe to change from its one state to another. It can be used for time estimations basically. As you can see from the screen, that is how it appears, and you can use it simply. Another apparatus is beaker. This is basically used for holding, heating, and mixing liquids. Another is a test tube. This holds and heats chemicals as well as testing simple chemical reactions. Another apparatus is a dropper. This usually adds liquids one drop at a time during experiment. For example, if you want to mix two chemicals, chemical A and chemical B, you will use the dropper to transfer liquid from one apparatus to another apparatus. Then, as you can see from the screen, that is how we actually use the dropper. You place it to allow air, then you just release it, the liquid will go up until it reaches the point you wish. If it is graduated, means having the scale numbers, it can also be used for measurement. Simply, that is how we use a dropper when carrying out chemistry experiments. Let's now see flasks. These are usually used for measuring and holding liquids during experiments in the laboratory. There are usually 5 types. We have the one used for volumetric analysis. We have another one used for distillation. We have another one of conical shape, another one which is round bottomed, and another one which is of flat bottomed. We will see this in the next slides. The first type is volumetric flask. This is used for measuring volume. The second one is distilling flask. This is used for distillation experiments. Another one is conical flask. This is used for mixing chemicals during experiments. The fourth type is round-bottomed flask, which is used for heating chemicals. The last type is flat-bottomed flask. This is used for holding liquid chemicals. Another apparatus is watch glass. Watch glass is a shallow, circular glass dish used for holding substance during weighing or observation, as you can see in the screen. Another apparatus is a gas jar. A gas jar is a glass container which is basically used to collect gas and test the properties of gases in experiments, such as when you are testing the properties of sulfur gas. It can be used. As you can see from the screen, that is the glass on the left, the white one. That is what we call a gas jar, used for gas properties testing. Another apparatus is Thistle funnel. This is a glassy funnel with a wide top and a long stem for adding smaller liquid in experiments. From the picture, you can see the apparatus at the top. That is what we call a Thistle funnel, and that's how it is used. Let's now see burners and lamps. These are usually used for heating substances in the laboratory. Examples are spirit burners, Bunsen burners, or gas stove. A first type of burner is spirit burner. This is used for gentle heating in the laboratory. As you can see from the screen, that is how it is used. It provides heat when heating some substance in the laboratory. Another apparatus is Bunsen burner. This is usually used for heating purposes under the controlled heating. Bunsen burner is the most commonly used source of heat in the laboratory. Another apparatus is gas stove. This is used for general heating purposes. Another type of apparatus used in laboratory is kerosene stove. The main function of this stove is to provide heat for laboratory applications. As you can see from the screen, that is how we set and operate the kerosene stove. We use kerosene as a source of energy. We put it in the stove so that once we light it, it can give light for heating purposes. Generally, it is not the most commonly used in a laboratory, but it helps for heating purposes. Another apparatus is boiling tube. This is a robust, large test tube used for strong heating when there are more substances to heat. As you can see from the screen, that is what we call a boiling tube. It is used for boiling purposes. The other type of apparatus commonly used in a laboratory is tripod stand. This is a three-legged support platform placed above the burner during the heating processes. We call it tri because it has three legs. So, it is usually used for supporting heat in the laboratory. It helps to support the apparatus during heating. Another apparatus is wire gauze. The wire gauze is usually placed on a tripod stand. It is used for supporting flasks or beaker during heating for providing stability. So that is the main function, as you can see from the screen. Another one is crucible. Crucible is usually used as a heat-resistant container for high temperature heating. This is made of porcelain materials. As you can see from the screen, the material put just above or at the top of the wire gauze is what we call crucible. It is like a cup.